What's going on, team? Today I want to talk to you about, well, teamwork or team. We're being part of a team. Lots of team. Anyhow, as usual, I just do these videos to help others for those that have helped me over the years. And I just want to give what's been given to me back to whoever it is that I can. So without further ado, let's get into it and let's talk about teamwork. So when I'm talking about this is going to be teamwork in your relationship with God, teamwork in relationship with your spouse, teamwork with friendship, your family, teamwork from work. Like teamwork and having a crew of just ride or dies is important in all aspects of your life. Teamwork isn't just something you do in sports, or it's not just something you do here or there. Like teamwork needs to be any and everywhere in your life. So someone asked me, hey, what's one of the coolest teamwork stories that you know? I'm glad you asked. So it's in this old thing called the Bible here. So if you want to turn with me, you can kind of follow along. And this is going to be Acts, the 14th chapter. So in this story, Paul and Barnabas, they're out in this crowd. They're out doing this teaching. And they're kind of doing and saying some things that are kind of against the grain, if you will. And the town folk, or at least some of them, are not really interested or wanting to hear about what Paul has to say. As a matter of fact, they want to talk about going ahead and stoning him. So if you don't know what stoning is, like that's literally like, it's not like rocks, okay? They are stones, like big, huge, like boulders the size of my head. Like that's probably too big. I don't know if anybody could pick that up. But anyways, big old rocks, big old boulders dropping down on people. Okay, it's not rocks, it's stones. It's different. It's a different term meaning. And I'm gonna stop. I think you get the point. So nonetheless, Acts 14. I'm gonna kind of start mid 19 here. Only gonna read a couple to you, and then we'll kind of get into the point. You'll understand where I'm going. So they stoned Paul and dragged him outside the city, thinking he was dead. So when you got stoned, you got killed. Okay, like that was the purpose of it. They weren't stoning you to be like, you're like kicking some dirt on you like you do the umpire when he makes a bad call, because, I mean, it's part of baseball, right? No, this is, I want you to die. Okay, so Paul was saying things in a manner that they literally wanted him to die, so they stoned him, thought he died, drug him outside. Okay, like outside city gates. Like, we don't want any part of this. You are out there, leave you for the fishes. Which would be in the... Anyways, you know what I'm saying. So, gonna carry on here. But after the disciples gathered around him, so in other words, his boys, his homies, his ride or dies were like, what's the deal here? Gathered around him, he got up and went back into the city. And the next day, he and Barnabas left for Derbe. And I don't know if it's actually pronounced Derbe, but that's how I'm gonna say it, because I don't... Anyways, the point of it is, here's where I want to get into it, and here's what I want you to think about, and whatever aspect of it is that you may think you need or lacking or want some more teamwork, all right? This was a moment where he talks about his disciples, meaning Paul was the manager, if you will, or the leader, or the A personality in the group, whatever. Again, pick whatever context you want to. I'm going to go ahead and refer to it to a business sense. So let's talk about, you're the manager, you're Paul, right? So in other words, you've just been stoned. His team members, right, his employees gathered around him, didn't say it per se, but essentially prayed over him, brought him back from the dead. Like his team members did that. In other words, if they weren't with him, if they weren't ride or dies, one may not even have cared, he'd be dead, we wouldn't know Paul as Paul, a lot of this wouldn't have been written, right? But what happened was, because he was the type of leader that poured into his disciples, right? So that's what disciples, they are people you pour into. He had given them all of the knowledge, all of the spirit, like gave them everything that put them, when they were put in that situation, they knew exactly what to do. And because of what he had done for them, I'm getting confused in a hurry here, they were able to bring him back to life. So maybe you're a manager right now, or maybe you're a leader in your company, a CEO, whatever the case may be, and maybe numbers and maybe things are down. If you are blaming your team members for it, you need to take that thing, turn it right back around on you, because if you had a legit team, if you were dying, they would put in their effort to save you. Like, if that doesn't get you amped up, I don't know what does. Like, his team members saved him. Like, that's what happened. And if you're thinking your team members are the reason you're down on the ground, that's on you. It means you didn't build a good team. You didn't pour into them. You didn't do the things that you're supposed to do. That is on you. Now, team members, let's say it's the other way around. If you're in the position where you're like, oh, my boss, my leader, my whatever, he sucks, blah, blah, blah. Like, okay. If he's the reason why you know how to do what you know how to do, maybe he doesn't. Maybe you should go save him or her. Teamwork is a thing that involves all people in all units, right? So again, in this story, Paul had to do his part as a leader, as a CEO, as a whatever, and his disciples had to do their part. Everybody had to do their part, right? Like, if you look at a car, you can have the coolest, baddest motor in the world, but if you don't have any wheels on the ground, it's just going to sit there and make a lot of noise. No one part is any lesser or less important or more important than the other. It all matters. Your team matters. If you think it's about you or maybe just the best person on your team or whatever the case may be, you are absolutely 100% thinking wrong. It takes everybody, and you need to make a focus. Whatever your rank is, you need to have powerful team members in your stable. And everybody has the thing that they bring to the table. Like for me, for example, I kind of always bring a lot of energy to the table. And if you're sitting there thinking to yourself right now, your energy just kind of seems regular. You're the energy guy in your group. Like, know what it is that you bring to the table. And whether it's up, down, left, right, center, whatever the case may be, you can learn from what others around you have the natural ability at. So if you're kind of a naturally just kind of laid back, chill, somber individual, and you got an amped up individual that's rocking, doing this certain thing, maybe you should pick up a little bit of his ampness. And if you're the amped up guy and you kind of just wind people up a little too much, maybe you need to kind of learn a little, like, everybody learns from everybody. And if you think for a single second, just because you're good at this, that can overcome the next thing or it can compensate for the next thing, that's the wrong way of thinking. Look around you, and also, if you're the leader, you need to hire and go for people that are not what you're good at. Like, if you're a high energetic, rah-rah, sis-boom-bah guy, but you suck at processing, you don't want to go hire another rah-rah guy. You want to hire a processing guy. And if he happens to have the energy as well, that's fantastic. But you need to hire people that are good at the things that you are not. And that doesn't just mean, okay, I don't need to worry about that, they got it. No, you still need to learn from them and they need to learn from you. If you're not stealing from others at the things they are good at, you are absolutely self-sabotaging yourself. So, I want you guys to think back about it. How many of you, raise your hands, or that's kind of weird, I can't see you raise your hands. I'll raise mine. Like, do you have a best friend that is somebody that you once worked with? Or do you have a best friend that is somewhere in connection with someone that you work with? Like, more than likely, the folks that kind of gripe about who they have at work are kind of the folks that, in some way, shape, or form, their best friendships came from a work setting somehow, right? So that's all. I think I get it. This horse is dead. I'm kicking it. And I'm already onto its pony and I'm kicking the snot out of it now. So you get it. Who is around you is massively important. Stories about it right here shows you how important it is. Bring you back from death. That's how important it is. So whatever situation you're in, you're killing the game, you're not killing the game, whatever the case may be, get others around you and be purposeful about it. Again, horse sits dead. It's kind of... Anyways, if this helped, send it to a fella or a fellette near you. Talk to you on the next one.